Hi, it's David again, and I just came across some information that, again, if I shake my head anymore with the Mormon Church, it's going to fall off on the ground. It's just going to fall off on the ground. I want to read to you some sexual. Again, the Catholic Church is certainly outrageous with their priest who have sexually molested, and the Mormon Church has thrown everything under the carpet. They're as guilty as they can possibly be. Let me read this to you, and then you decide. Is the Mormon Church involved in the molestation of children on a regular basis? Listen. Salt Lake Tribune, November 22nd, 05. A Washington state jury has ordered the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints to pay at least $2.5 million to two sisters who allege that their bishop failed to protect them. Desert News, November 23rd, 2005. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints said Tuesday it plans to appeal a $4.2 million award decided by a Washington jury in a case alleging an LDS bishop failed to report to law enforcement the sexual abuse of two teenage girls. A jury last Friday found the LDS Church liable for misconduct negligence in the case of Jessica Cavallatier, 24, and her younger sister, Ashley. Okay? In a decision that could reverberate through clergy sex abuse cases everywhere, a King County Superior jury has awarded $4.2 million to the two sisters who were sexually molested. Okay? A former missionary spared prison in Las Vegas. Child sex case, Associated Press, August 1st, 2005. Las Vegas, a former missionary accused of molesting two children at a church has agreed to plea deal, sparing him prison time. John Methalendine will have his convictions dismissed if he complies 5 years of probation under the terms of his plea agreement. And he won't have to register as a sex offender, so you're going to live next door to him and never know. Another one, a missionary in the Mormon Church accused of sexually abusing two girls and videotaping the act. Oh my gosh, these people have an imagination of stupidity. Police say the suspect videotaped himself fondling the two girls as they slept. 21-year-old John Battiston was arrested Saturday. Court documents say he was staying at the home in this Roy neighborhood, that's just north of Salt Lake. One of the victims awoke and found him standing over her with his breast on her hand. Oh my gosh. Now here's another one. Gosh, this just seems to go on and on, now doesn't it? Second church volunteer arrested in child abuse probe, Associated Press, January 10th, 2005. I can't pronounce this mass. M-E-T-H-U-E-N. Methuen, Mass. A second person faced charges in connection with child abuse investigation at a Mormon church in Methuen, police said. Police said Peter A. Paquette, 59, of Andover, was arrested at his home Friday. He pleaded innocent in Lawrence District Court to a charge of failing to register as a sex offender. Well, maybe, he registered with the church. I don't know. He was an assistant librarian at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So, boy, take your kid to the library in the church and don't worry about it. Okay? His responsibilities was to watch children who were attending events at the church with their parents. Investigators said Crewley assaulted a boy at the church over the past several months. Oh my gosh, he didn't register as a sex offender and then he molested some kids at the church. Boy, send your kids to young men and young women's and primary. They're safe there. Oh, he's facing charges of kidnapping. I guess he took a kid with him. 3 counts of indecent assault and battery on a child under 14. Oh, LDS teacher, a new one, accused of abusing girls. ABC 4, December 23rd, 2004. A primary teacher for his Mormon ward in Syracuse has been charged with 5 counts of aggravated assault involving 4 girls ages 5 and 6. Aaron Marcus Montoya allegedly fondled and touched the girls in his home or at the church. He has been placed on paid administrative leave from his job as a correction officer with the Salt Lake County Sheriff. Syracuse, New York, or Syracuse, I'm sorry. It's just north of Salt Lake City. Oh, there's a guy that, if he doesn't get you in his police car, he's going to get you at church. Here's a family that sues the Mormon Church. Associated Press, December 10th, 2004. The Fulton County family is suing the Mormon Church for the circumstances it alleges to lead to the assault of a young girl. The lawsuit was filed Thursday in Peoria Federal Court. The plaintiff says Mormon Church member Mark Thomas molested a 4-year-old girl 2 years ago when her parents were worshiping at the Nauvoo Temple. Well, Hinckley rebuilt the Nauvoo Temple. There's not even enough people in the entire state to use it. Thomas, a babysitter, though at the time, Thomas was registered as a sex offender. So the Mormons hire sex offenders for babysitters. Yeah, these are intelligent, careful people. Seattle Post, October 28, 2004. Ken Fleming, 42, said he brought the case against the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints because he wanted to hold the officials accountable for turning a blind eye, as family after family reported Jack Lawhut, the leader of a church-sponsored Boy Scout troop, had molested children. Have you seen my video on Boy Scouts? Have you seen, and I've said that the Boy Scout list of child molesters in the United States is over 5,000. And have you seen my video that says the Mormon Church is the largest supporter of the Boy Scouts in the United States? You go ahead and put those two things together and see what conclusion you come up with. Lawhut abused him hundreds of times between 1976 and 1980, making plastic casts of his genitals, posing him provocatively and sodomizing him. Well, you got to say one thing for the Mormon molesters. Boy, they have creativity, don't they? Associated Press, October 13th, 2004. A Dillon man caught in a Boise police sting last June admitted in a court that he had solicited sex on the internet from someone he believed to be a 14-year-old, and then he traveled to Boise to meet her. A former Mormon Church stake president, Clayton Hildred, 51, pleaded guilty in U.S. District Court to a charge of interstate travel with intent to have sex with a minor. He faces 30 years in prison and a fine of $250,000. There's the stake president. Asked all the 14-year-old girls if they masturbate, and then he could sit there and take notes. Now he's going from state to state to check them out. Boy, they're creative. Salt Lake City, the former Mormon bishop. My gosh, these guys with authority and the priesthood and no ill speaking of the Lord's anointed, accused of molesting several teenage boys, is no longer an employee with the Department of Corrections. Okay, I guess he was basically working for Point of the Mountain down there. Another one here, April 20th, a former Mormon bishop from Salt Lake suburb was jailed Tuesday on allegation he sexually abused a teenage boy over a 3-year span. David Gomez, 57, has not been formally charged in Salt Lake County, but faces numerous accounts down in the other city. Associated Press, December 18, 2003, Las Vegas. A former Mormon missionary is due for arraignment Tuesday after he was indicted on felony sex charges and lewd charges involving 2 young girls at Southern Nevada Church. Right in the church again. Yeah, they're safe there. Take your kids to a Mormon church. Mormon missionary, again, October 8, 2003. Las Vegas court summons has been issued for 21-year-old Mormon missionary. That's the same one that I read just before. I'm sorry. Now here's another one. September 8, 2002. Spencer Dixon was once a Mormon bishop responsible for the church, but soon he may be required to report as a sex offender. One-time Mormon bishop molested a 13-year-old girl in the Salt Lake City church library. Yeah, send those kids to the library. It looks like a good place for the sex molesters. Here's another one on the Tribune, Salt Lake, July 17, 2001. Church of Jesus Christ is fighting to keep its finances confidential in an Oregon lawsuit seeking more than $1.5 billion, almost 1/3 of the cost of their new mall, in damages from the church. The plaintiff, Jeremy Scott, 22, of California, sued the church in Oregon because he had been abused when he was 11 years old. The judge orders, here's another one, February 9, 2001, orders sex abuse records. The ruling is a result of a lawsuit. He ordered the Mormon Church to turn over 25 years of internal records of sex abuse complaints and discipline action in the Portland area. 25 years. Okay, last one here. October 19th, 1999, as lawsuits filed by child sex abuse victims against Catholic dioceses have grabbed headlines and reaped controversial multi-million-dollar awards, similar litigation against the Mormon Church has proceeded quietly, usually ending in confidential settlements. But a $750 million lawsuit set for trial next spring in West Virginia promises to shine a national spotlight, and I'm going to say, on Mitt Romney and the Mormons. This is just unbelievable stuff. But, you know, all I can say, the comedy that they produce many times is not funny to young children and to innocent people, to single mothers and to vulnerable people. Cults always take advantage of the weak, the hungry, the sick, and the disabled. And the Mormon Church is no exception. I am outraged with the Catholic Church and the priest molesting so many young boys. I am more outraged with the Mormon Church because they don't require celibacy. These are bishops. These are stake presidents. These are people who are leaders. They're not just ordinary people in the Mormon Church. They're leaders who take advantage of their position. They love that power. They love people to bow down like they do in the temple and say yes. They love to take those children in their offices alone with no parents, with the door closed, and get the details of their vagina and of their penis and sit there with a smile on their face. It is sick, sick, sick.